All right, 199 subscribers. It's been 3 days, close enough. Anyway, I have really been looking forward to this because I wanted to make my own play button whenever I hit 100 subscribers. I'm probably going to be making a lot of my own. But I think the first one's going to be the most interesting because we're going to use the crappiest materials of all. And I love me some crappy materials. We're definitely going to use the press on this one because people have been wanting to see it. But we're probably going to throw some grocery bags in there. Anyway, thank you for giving me a shot, and let's make something. Did you find a good grocery bag? That one? Ugh, this is my tripod. A telescoping painter's thingy shoved into a block of metal. I had a plastic topper that I made out of grocery bags. Look, it even has matching threading. It's pretty great, but the top broke off. So I'm going to build something new out of this giant pile of car phone holder magnets. Don't worry about where I got all of them. Hot glue or another recycled plastic abomination? Hot glue, abomination. Do I want it to work, or do I want to never put this video out? Not bad. So, I don't actually have any of my presses. They're all at my local makerspace. I haven't touched them in months, so we're going to build a new one from scratch, because luckily I got my parts bin here. Now, I don't really have the springs that I typically use, but hey, no, that's okay. We're going to try something. So I have a whole bunch of these springs that I got for free. I got them for free because I used to be like kind of a janitor or maintenance man a while ago, and these are those foaming soap dispensers. And they actually have a pretty big spring inside them. You know, when you push it, and it gives you a bunch of foaming soap. And then I have these because I'm a hoarder. Anyway, but I pulled all these springs out of them, and they're not as strong as the ones that I get from Home Depot, but there's something. So we're gonna give them a try. They're also, I might be able to double them up. Anyway, so we're gonna give that a shot. All right. I just made some bolts. Now these are not the plates that you can get from Home Depot. If you remember, I said in my other video, you're gonna have to drill holes bigger if you want to use bigger bolts. These are plates that I got from somebody, and they already had holes in them. But unfortunately, can't go buy them. Non-stick sheet in there. You see, I just have like the parts. Oh, that's right. We want to give this one some thickness, so we want to actually, an interesting play button here. So we're gonna add some washers. I think we want this one to actually be pretty big. So. Yeah, that works. What's that? It's two of them. You go for a third. No, that's okay. Alright, just go with two of them. Let's see, these are a little worn. There we go. We'll have the plastic in a second. No, we won't. We'll get it now. So yeah, these are the tops off of those little Kool-Aid powder containers. Anyway, it's just similar to milk jug material. We're going to get a nice clean base. Let's see if this will fit. It's a bit much. It's probably going to pour out the sides. Who knows what's going to happen. Okay, this is where those washers actually come in handy. Okay. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, drink. Alright. Aha. Much easier. Alright. There we go. Just got our plastic loaded up. This is probably going to spill out the sides maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Can't teach you trial and error. We're going to put this in toaster oven. Now if you got one of these smaller toaster ovens, you do need like shorter bolts, these particular bolts. I'm going to pretend to say that I'll put this size bolt and the parts in the description, but then I won't actually do that. So, well, I don't know, maybe I will. Maybe. Oh, this helps. Having another sheet. Yeah, these are great. These are really cheap. Keep them everywhere. That way, when your plastic eventually spills, because you're loading it with too much stuff, and you have no idea what you're doing, it's a little easier to clean up. Yeah, now this toaster oven itself, I'm going to put it at 450 degrees, but I don't actually think the plastic gets that hot. This is trial and error, and like I said, you can be safer about what temperature you use and slowly build up. That way you're not getting any fumes, and you're being very, very careful. But I've already used this a lot. It's a little on the weaker side, so I could just put it on full bake, 450 degrees, and I know that it actually melts milk jug material pretty well. Did you find a good grocery bag? But over there? Ooh, we're getting squished. It's getting there. These springs are working pretty good. Alright, these springs are working, but I want to reset them to make sure there's enough pressure. Oh, these gloves are tight. Alright, I'm going to set this down. This was another failed experiment. Tried turning it into a giant press, and it didn't work. It looked strong, but it bent under the pressure. So I'm just going to keep my table from melting here. Oh yeah, these gloves are really tight. You're going to have to, hopefully they'll loosen up. And they are not really helping me with the heat. Okay, Yeah, these don't work. Ow, 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 ow. Ah, standard oven mitts it is. Ow, ow, ow. There we go. Okay. Just wanted to give the springs a little bit more pressure. You can see that plastic getting good and molten. It's pretty pliable. Ah. Ow, ow, ow. Could probably actually pull it out and just throw it under a clamp at this point. But we're trying to use the press, and didn't I say to people that they didn't have to touch it? Wow, I'm an idiot. Okay, I mean, you could let it cool off and then not burn yourself, but we just don't do that here. All right, we're done. I think that only took a half hour, like 20 minutes. I can't do things and hold a phone. Oh. There we go. I pressed down the springs one more time. You can see it's overflowing, but that's fine. We're gonna get ourselves a nice piece of plastic. Oh yeah, and I couldn't find my leather stamp, but if you have like this squeeze out on the side, you can literally just take like a stamp and make something like real quick. It's not like the best method, but you can, if you have one of those 3D leather stamps, you can just like make a particular shape like real quick. And the metal sucks away all the heat, so it actually freezes pretty quick. Alright, I'm feeling impatient, so we're just gonna water dump it. See, it'll freeze up real quick. Ain't that right, kitty? Ooh, there's steam. Alright, it's cool to the touch the second we put the water on it, but still be careful. Unlike me. Okay, looks like we got a bunch of warping. Probably because I cooled it off real fast. That's okay. I was joking about how we were going to make this crappy play button on purpose. We'll do the next one better. Just get me to 1,000 subscribers, or 999, I guess. I don't know, maybe we'll do one at 200. I don't know. Okay, so it did grab on. I mean, it normally lets go pretty easy. Am I gonna need pliers? Ah, come on, let go. You're embarrassing me. Ow! Okay, let me be smart. Alright. Huh. That really grabbed on. Doesn't normally do that. There we go. That's why I don't want to put on too much plastic. So yeah, it's a little lumpy. But whatever. I suppose if I let it cool slowly, then these lumps wouldn't be here. It probably would have been a lot flatter, but I'm impatient. Did you find a good grocery bag? That that one? All right, we'll keep looking. Ho ho ho! Now I get to show off my favorite tool. All right. Um, so this is a Marshalltown cutter. It is a giant 13-inch blade. It is meant for like floor tile laminate. It can cut really thin wood, like at trimming. Like, this is a house flooring kind of tool. But it is a large, very, very sharp blade, so be very careful. It's like $100. Fantastic. And this hardcore opens up the door for plastic recycling. Because this is a game changer. One of the things, I'm not gonna, dive into everything, but check out the safety. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Slide around this way. Anyway, ask any woodworker, and they will tell you that like the most important tool is like the circular saw. The circular saw, it cuts straight edges, and most woodworking projects are like boxes. So my philosophy with getting this is that I think this really opens up the door for recycling plastic. Now there is a limit. There's a height limit here, but luckily we can, our press doesn't really make things that are too thick anyway. And the bigger press is 12 inches at most. It's 12 inches wide. This is a 13-inch blade, so you can cut anything that I produce. So I cut those sides off. Now this is already kind of a play button, so I don't know if I want to actually just run with this or if I want to actually try and shape it into a YouTube play button. Can we just leave it like this? We'll just leave it like this. I do want to flatten this side out a little bit more. Do I got a straight edge? There we go. Another great thing, no sawdust, right? So I don't really use the bandsaw that I got because, look at this, that's just ready to go be recycled again. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna leave it like that. This is only like 99 subscribers, so we're gonna be stupid about this. Okay, I was gonna use a little bit of red from a Target bag to just put like a red triangle in the middle as like the opposite of the YouTube button, but I found these JCPenney bags, so we're actually gonna try and wrap this in all red and put a white triangle on it like the actual button. Haha, this is gonna be great. Now I don't like using an iron, but it's probably gonna be our best course of action here. The heat gun will probably cause it to shrink and wrinkle up more than we want. Whoops, I gotta put this here. Alright, we're gonna wrap the edges with a heat gun. It's awful. I love it. This would have been easier if I just used a red piece of plastic. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back in the press, but now I only have one washer. So it's gonna flatten it out, but also kind of go a little bit more, and that's actually a good way of getting everything to flatten out. So we'll see how that looks, but if not, I'm just gonna leave it ugly. Yeah, I wasn't recording. I'm gonna have to do this again. Well, I said while the one is in the toaster oven, we're gonna do a second one. This is a whole new one that I just put together. But let's do this again. Ah, it's stuck. Okay, so this one was a bit different. Plate, 4 bolts, sheet, and then fondant molds. This is the letter O. It's just regular letter fondant molds. It's the letter O, and this is gonna make our chainmail circles. Now I cut some plastic, and this is the right size, but I'll show you again. I took one of my ingots, and this is just like a milk jug that I put in the oven really lightly, and then when it collapsed, you just kind of like fold it over and then fold it over again, and boom, you're done. You got like a Taco Bell. Now this one was actually a little tough to cut through, but you measure the amount of plastic that you want, and then look at that. It's ready to go. And I just need enough plastic to cover the circle. There's more there, so we'll use that one. I'm gonna get the hang of this YouTube thing. Alright. So first, put down our clamps. That way it's stable. And we can push down this side without that side flying up. And this one, I'm just going to go ahead and crank down. Now these springs, I don't know how much abuse they're going to be able to take. I'm really cranking them down. Heat and being under tension for a while, especially under heat, is what will ruin a spring. But, I mean, these were free, so who cares? They were garbage anyway. We are making our recycler out of recycled materials. Alright, there we go. And so we're going to flatten the other one, and then we're going to set this up, and we're going to have 2 zeros. Let's see what we got. Okay, I mean, you see red here, and it looks like it's lumpy, but it's not. That's actually perfectly flat. It is perfectly flat. But see? But all the colors are all over the place. That's okay. The first one needs to be crappy. We'll get better when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Anyway. Check on, perfect. This tend to snap right out. Plastic's a little thicker. You can use tools for this. But I like doing things the hard way. Ow! Okay. Alright. I got a tool. Alright, this is a whittling blade. These are fantastic with HDPE. I've done a little bit of messing around with them. They are very sharp and very strong, so you have to be super careful. I don't know anything about whittling, so I am learning. So I suggest you check out somebody else's channel. But you can see how beautifully slices through this stuff. Now, you really shouldn't cut towards yourself, I don't think, but I'm gonna keep my thumb like out of the way. And I'm actually being rather gentle and very controlling. Like I'm not pulling, I'm trying to just move it a little bit. But anyway, it flies through the plastic. Something I've thought about, I've actually tried whittling on some larger pieces of plastic. This isn't the one I was working on, but I think whittling plastic is absolutely something that can be done. I'll probably do like another video on it. I'm learning whittling myself. And let's see if we can take like a big old chunk. Probably don't want to do too much, because while I don't think plastic ruins blades, it can if you try to bite too much. It is different than wood, so there probably is a different learning curve. But yeah, it works. Anyway, it is great for these. But we're going to add one final touch. Alright, let's see. This is also a left-handed thing, I believe. I kind of just came across it. But we're going to dig back down into that white. Wow, this works like so well. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say that people who do crafting aren't the same people as people who are into technology and things like plastic. You know, like, we need to be getting people who do 3D printing in charge of people who do things like whittling. I know this isn't 3D printing, but okay, is that red layer gonna actually peel off? A little bit. Didn't fully bond. This is probably unsafe. Tell you what. Aha, here it comes. This is gonna be great. So the plastic actually turned yellow a little bit from the red. That's okay. That's okay. To be honest, I think there might, I've recently learned of something I want to try. There might be a way to color HDPE with just paint. Craftsman did a video where he added a layer of paint to, I think, plastic, and then heated it up. Now, I think he was using a different plastic. I can't quite remember. But if you apply heat to it, then the plastic may melt and grab onto the pigment. Shush, cat. So, there might be a way. There might be a way to do this. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to do this in a crappy way possible. Show off what can be done. I am not a good craftsman, but somebody who is amazing at whittling could probably come in and do a much better job. There we go. Ooh, that works even better. I'm doing this very lightly because I'm pulling towards myself. One of the unfortunate things of using a left-handed one. This is really nice, though. What brand is it? Flex Cut. Man, I really want to get myself a right-handed one. Because if plastic whittling is a thing, then that's super cool. Alright. There we go. I could probably... I want to keep the roundedness. If we chop it off a little bit, that might actually clean up. Hang on, yeah. The sides will still be crap, but if we chop the top, it's a little too wide anyway. It's a little too wide anyway. There we go. There we go. And these. Oh, we need a dark background. There we are. My first play button for 100 subscribers. Actually, more like 99. All right. Thank you very much.